سے پھر درخواست ہے کہ وہ ریسیپشن پہ چلے جائیں. عمران انور صاحب ریسیپشن پہ چلے جائیں پلیز. اب میں دعوت کلام دوں گا میر آصف صاحب کو، وہ تشریف لیں.
بر محمد وال محمد بلند تر صلوات. پھر بھی صلی
زینب نے عباس کو کیا مقتل میں جا کے گلا. تم بھی دریا پہ جا سو گئے، اب میرا کون ہے آسرا. ابھی جا غازیہ دکھی زینب کا پردہ بنا. ابھی جا غازیہ دکھی زینب کا پردہ بنا. کربلا یہ بتا میرا بھیا کہاں ہے گیا. چادریں چھن گئی آل کی، زارا ثانی کو قید کیا. اب دینات وہاں کے گلے تو ظالم نے پہنا دیا. بے پلاں اونٹ تھے اور کنبہ محمد کا تھا. بے پلاں اونٹ تھے اور کنبہ محمد کا تھا. کربلا یہ بتا میرا بھیا کہاں ہے گیا. جب تھا کوفہ کے بازار میں قافلہ قیدیوں کا گیا، کوفیوں نے ستم یہ کیا، پتھروں کا برسا دیا. بالوں کو کھول کر کیا زینب نے پردہ بنا. मेरा भैया कहाँ है गया, जुलझना आ गया। रोके ज़ैनब ने था यूं कहा, करबला ये बता।
और मैं दावत दूंगा जनाब साजी साहब को, which will lecture of the English speaking people.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. I read a little bit of Imam Hussein yesterday before he went to the plains of Karbala, and he bid farewell with his family on 8 occasions, and I wish to take another step further. His final bidding towards his family was while he was in comforting the family, women of the tents, the people like Umar ibn Asad and his enemies, he asked his soldiers to go ahead, attack Imam Hussein. You won't have a better moment than this. If he finishes with his family, he will come out with a rage like a rage of a lion, and he will strike all of you, and he'll finish all of you. As he was busy with his family, they started attacking him, showering with arrows, and Imam mounted the horse and went like a raging lion and killed one by one with his sword. He struck all of the enemies, and he further said, there is no strength or might save Allah. This is in Maqtal al-Hussein al-Mukarram. And then when he turned to his sister, Lady Zainab, ladies in the tent, while Imam Hussein has been showered with arrows, the ladies start crying in the tents, and Imam turned to her and says, "Oh Zainab, control them, calm them down. You are after me to calm them." And further, he also addressed as follows in Ziyara Qaimiyah, and when they found you fearless, down-chinus resolved to battle, they resolved to killing by means of deception. That's in Tadkiratul Shuhada. And in the description of Imam in the battle with the enemy, as he attacked an army of 30,000 single-handed, and they fled from him and scattered in the plains of Karbala. Imam, on his own, single-handedly, is killing one by one. He's on his own because there are many people. Think about the thousands of people against one person. As at the end, Imam was a Hashemite. He was a brave, he was the son of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Imam introducing himself and giving a devastating argument to the enemy. And he says, "I implore you by Allah, do you know who I am?" The enemy replies, one of the soldiers from the enemy, "You are the son of a messenger of Allah." Imam, "By Allah, do you know that Ali ibn Abi Talib is my father?" The enemy, "Yes, we know that." These are the words of Imam, and replying, enemy is replying, "By Allah, are you aware that Khadija bint Khuwaylid, the first woman to enter the fold of Islam, is my grandmother?" The enemy, "Yes, we are." Imam, "For the sake of Allah, Are you aware that Jafar, he who takes flight within the realms of paradise, is my uncle? The enemy, yes we are. Imam, for the sake of Allah, are you aware that this word tied to my waist is the word sword of the messenger? The enemy says, yes. The Imam, by Allah, are you aware that this turban I wear on my head is a turban of the messenger? The enemy says, yes. The Imam, I ask you for the sake of Allah, are you aware that Ali ibn Abi Talib, my father, was the first Muslim, the most learned of companions, and the most enduring of them in trial and tribulation, and he was the master of all men and women? The enemy says, yes. Imam says, I ask you for the sake of Allah, are you aware that Ali ibn Abi Talib, my father, was... No, I'll go ahead. The enemy, we are aware of it. The Imam, then how do you justify killing me when you know that my father holds the fountain of Kauthar? He will give or refuse drink to whomever he wants. The standard and that day will lie in his hands. The enemy did not listen to Imam. He said, whatever you say, we will still kill you. Then it is reported that, peace be with him, Imam turned to the enemies and addressed them. Know, people, that this world is transient and its people will be taken away. Imam further tried to address to enemy that before he dies or before he engages in the battle, he also is in the battle, but he's also conveying the message of Islam and the Prophet. And I look at the Imam's final battle. Imam rode into the battle and asked, can I have a equal handed men one by one? His wish was granted. There again Imam says, death is worthier to me than disgrace, and the disgrace of this world is worthier than entering into hell. And in every state, Allah is my refuge. I am Hussein ibn Ali. I have sworn not to turn my back to the enemy. I will defend the family of my father. I will proceed on the religion of the Prophet. Ainul Shia. The Imam at the bank of Euphrates. I'm going to skip many things because I've given only 10 minutes.
Bismillah.
The Imam during his lengthy battle was overcome by immense thirst. He rode towards the river of Euphrates and he asked the horse, "Oh horse, take some water." The horse refused. And Imam forced him as he was picking some water in his hand, giving. An enemy comes from the back and he says, "Oh, son of Ali ibn Abi Talib, are you drinking water while your tent is being looted?" Imam throws the water, looks towards the tent. Nothing was there. Nothing was being looted. This was deception. They tried to deceive Imam. They did not let him drink water. Single combat. Imam, he asked 3 wishes. According to some reports, Imam asked Umar ibn Sa'ad and requested one of 3 things from these amongst. To allow him, the members of the family of the messenger, to return to Medina. To allow him a drink of water as thirst had torn his liver apart. If he was not allowed the above 2, then to let him fight his opponents 1-to-1 fight. In further, while Imam was fighting, Umar ibn Sa'ad realized that Imam is fighting, we will not overcome him except we send more people and deceive him, attack him from every corner. This is in Muntakhab Turayyi, this is the book. And he sends people and he attacks Imam. And then Imam Muhammad ibn Ali al-Bakr reports the Imam had over 320 wounds on front side of his body. This is because he never turned his back to enemy. This is in Amali as-Saduq. Seeing this, Imam cried. And I will skip from here. Imam whispered. Imam whispered in the supplication, as Imam fell from the horse, and he, on the burning sand, covered in his own blood and lying on a bed of arrows, he whispered to Allah, "Patience upon your decree, O Lord, there is no deity save you, or the aid of those seeking help. I do not have a Lord other than you. And there is none worthy of worship except you. Perseverance upon your judgment, O aid of one who has no helper. O Eternal, who has no end, O Resurrector of the dead, O you who persevere, preserves every soul with what it has earned, judge between me and them, O best of judges." Maqtalul Hussein al-Muqaram. And the last thing I will finish with, when Bibi Zainab seeing her brother being killed, fell off the horse, she goes on the hill and she says to Umar ibn Sa'ad, "Do you not see Abu Abdullah has been killed?" Umar ibn Sa'ad even cried, and he did not pay heed to her, and he moved his face away from there. And shooting up a stone and three-headed arrow at the Imam, Imam retreated and paused for a while. He was standing as a stone was thrown at him. The stone struck his forehead and caused it to bleed. Imam, as he lifted the base of his robe to clean his forehead, a three-headed arrow immersed in poison. Arrows were poisoned. Was shoot at him that hit him. May our souls be ransomed for him in the chest or stomach. He inadvertently recited by the name of Allah, and with Allah upon the religion of the Messenger of Allah. Then he raised his head towards the skies and said, "They are killing a person who is the only son of a daughter of your Messenger." Burning martyrdom of Imam. The incident of arrow, the Imam was drained of every drop of blood, and Shimr comes and says to his soldiers, "What are you looking at? Kill him. He's on the floor." Other enemies did not dare to kill him while he was on the floor. And Shimr, when he ordered his troops, they surrounded and they attacked him one by one, and they killed him, and Shimr struck him with a sword and cut his head off. This is Hussein, who's giving his life, and look at him on the plains of Karbala, seeing yourself. Please cry on him, lament upon him. He has a right to cry. And I will end my speech here. Ala la'natullah ala qawmil dhalimeen.
पढ़ने वालों की तादाद ज़्यादा है। मैं उनसे दरख्वास्त करूँगा कि वो अपने टाइम में प्लीज़ ख़त्म करें। अब मैं दावत दूँगा जनाब अली रज़ा साहब से कि वो तशरीफ़ लाएं।
दरूद पर मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद।
फिर से एक सलवात पढ़ दें। आबिद से यूं वतन में किसी ने किया कलाम, गुजरे ज़्यादा ज़ुल्म है किस जान पे या इमाम। आबिद ने तीन बार कहा, शाम शाम शाम, सरनंगे में شاد ہوتے تھے بابا کا سر بھی روتا تھا اور ہم بھی روتے تھے عابد سے یوں وطن میں کسی نے کیا کلام گزرے زیادہ ظلم ہے کس جان پہ یا امام عابد نے 3 بار کہا شام 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 اونٹوں کی ننگی پشت پہ اہل حرم سوار عابد سے یوں وطن میں صلوات
میں دعوت دوں گا جناب شوقی صاحب سے کوئی تشریف
کربل میں آگے کربل بسانے والے کربل بسانے والے کربل میں آگے کربل بسانے والے کربل بسانے والے جبریل بھی ہے جن کا جھولا جھلانے والے جھولا جھلانے والے پیاسے تڑپ رہے ہیں میرے فرات والے پانی نہ گھونٹ پائیں اعلیٰ صفات والے پیاسے تڑپ رہے ہیں نہر فرات والے پانی نہ گھونٹ پائیں عالی صفات والے احمد کے ہیں نواسے کوثر لٹانے والے کوثر لٹانے والے کربل میں آگے کربل بسانے والے کربل بسانے والے یہ در وہ پاک در ہے ملکوں کا جھکتا سر ہے یہ فاطمہ کا گھر ہے مولا علی کا گھر ہے یہ در وہ پاک در ہے ملکوں کا جھکتا سر ہے یہ فاطمہ کا گھر ہے مولا علی کا گھر ہے اس گھر کو لوٹتے ہیں ظالم زمانے والے ظالم زمانے والے کانپا ہے عرش سارا دیکھا جو یہ نظارہ اصغر کے جب گلے پر حرمل نے تیر مارا کانپا ہے عرش سارا دیکھا جو یہ نظارہ اصغر کے جب گلے پر حرمل نے تیر مارا پانی ہے کیوں پلاتے پانی پلانے والے پانی پلانے والے سب لٹ گئی کمائی اکبر نے برچھی کھائی جس کو نبی نے چوما اس پر چھری چلائی سب لٹ گئی کمائی اکبر نے برچھی کھائی جس کو نبی نے چوما اس پر چھری چلائی کتنے وہ سنگ دل تھے خنجر چلانے والے خنجر چلانے والے آپت کی آنکھ روئی قسمت کہاں ہے سوئی سب بن گئے ہیں قیدی وارث رہا نہ کوئی آپت کی آنکھ روئی قسمت کہاں ہے سوئی سب بن گئے ہیں قیدی وارث رہا نہ کوئی بے پردہ ہو گئے ہیں پردہ بنانے والے پردہ بنانے والے جاں کی لگا کے بازی کر کے خدا کو راضی جھکتا ہے زیر خنجر شبیر سا نمازی جاں کی لگا کے بازی کر کے خدا کو راضی جھکتا ہے زیر خنجر شبیر سا نمازی نیزے پہ چڑھ کے صابر قرآن سنانے والے قرآن سنانے والے کربل میں آگے ہیں کربل بسانے والے کربل بسانے والے
یہ ضروری اناؤنسمنٹ ہے یہ کچھ گاڑیاں ہیں انہوں نے راستہ روکا ہوا ہے پلیز یہ آپ ان کے آنر جو ہیں باہر کار پارک میں جائیں اٹینڈنٹ سے ملیں یہ گاڑی ہے سوزوکی ہے V671 DEA سوزوکی V671 DEA Nissan Micra grey color N3